Welcome to Ronin. My name is Rob. On this channel, I give practical ideas for living an intentional life. What I do is every day, pretty much every day, I write a journal and then I will read the journal on camera and expand on any ideas that come from that or any thoughts and maybe some practical action points that might come from that. It's more of a personal development journey for myself, but if anyone gets any cool ideas that they might want to apply to their own life, then great. So today is the 16th of October, 2025. I'll read the journal and then we'll talk about it after. Last year, I started buying CDs again. I wanted to start appreciating music again. When I was a kid, I'd buy an album and listen to it over and over. Even if it didn't grab me on the first listen, sometimes an album would grow on you and maybe even become a favourite. I eventually let go of all my CDs when streaming came along. Don't get me wrong, I love the convenience of streaming. I can just type in one of my favourite albums now and give it a listen. But new music has become a throwaway experience. I'm still an album listener, but if I don't like an album on the first listen, I'll simply move on to something else. When I bought CDs, I was stuck with the album. I either saw my money wash down the drain or give it another chance. When I buy a CD, I own it, I pay once, and I can listen to it whenever I like for the rest of my life without being tied to a subscription. I also tend to listen to most of my favourite albums anyway, so a lot of my stream music is music I owned in the past. When I buy a CD, I'll use an external CD drive and rip a high-quality FLAC version of the CD so I have it digitally and better quality compared to streaming. I then add this to my phone and use a music app to play in the car, or I can play directly from my computer while I work. The hunt is also really fun. You can find CDs in charity shops and car boot sales for 50p or £1, and you never know what you might find. Sure, you have to get through a lot of X Factor contestant rubbish, but it's a great feeling when you find that gem hiding between Will Young and Il Divo. So yesterday, I unsubscribed to YouTube Premium, which includes music. I'd previously had Spotify, but you kind of get YouTube Premium without the ads and the music for the same price. I'm going to continue my CD journey so I can appreciate the music I listen to more. I can also enjoy the artwork, read the lyrics, and have more of an experience. This is going back to intention. I choose what music to listen to without being bombarded with ads for artists that are nowhere near my musical tastes. I'm also going to start being intentional with my relaxation time. I used to sit and do nothing but listen to an album, sometimes with a glass of wine, and just enjoying it. No other distractions. I'm looking forward to it. Raise a glass for living intentionally. Yeah, so that was today's journal. And yes, last year I started buying CDs either on eBay. In the UK, we've got there's an eBay store called Music Magpie, or there's World of Books, and they sell used albums, and they're usually about £3 or £4 for a decent album. So yeah, I started doing that. I started having a look around charity shops and car boot sales. In America, you might call them garage sales. And yeah, I'd find albums for 50p, £1, really good albums as well. So I started doing that. I got an external CD drive that I can plug into my laptop. I used a program called, I think it was called EAC, to do a high quality rip of the CD, and then I put that both on my computer and on my phone. I use an Android, and I use what's the app called? I use an app called Music Player, and I don't know, you can't really see. Oh, there you go. So they're CDs that I bought, ripped onto my computer, and then transferred onto my phone. And I don't have to be connected to the internet. I don't need to pay for a ongoing subscription. Once I've got the album, I own it and I can play it whenever I like. And yeah, there's just something cool and tactile about owning a CD. One of my favorites, Blood Sugar Sex Magik, and you get the insert, and obviously usually comes with artwork, and you can see the lyrics. John Frusciante, legend, and lyrics to Give It Away by the Chili Peppers and stuff like that. You get the cool CD artwork. So there's just something. It's more of an experience. It's similar to what people experience with vinyl, but I imagine vinyl, you get the experience to an even greater extent. You get the larger artwork, you get more of the physical, playing it on your record player, and there's just that physical experience. Obviously, with vinyl, it's more difficult to rip that so you can listen to it digitally. There are ways. I'm not a vinyl collector. I like the idea, but maybe one day. This goes back to living intentionally. The running theme through these past couple of weeks since I started doing this video journal has been living with intention. And this is another way where I just take back a little bit more control of my life, and I don't have music reference, the master of puppets, pulling the strings. So I get to choose. And like I said, with my relaxation time, I'm actually looking forward to sitting down in an evening when I decide that I want to have half an hour to an hour of relaxation, putting my earphones in or headphones on. I use the Sony, these are MDR V6 studio monitor. They're very good headphones. They're wired, they're robust. I've had them for maybe about 12 years now, and they've still going as strong as the day that I bought them. So if there's an actionable idea from this journal, I'm not saying you have to go out and start buying CDs, but just thinking about those areas of your life where you did appreciate something more before either it went online, or where you get to have control, or where you might have lost some of the control where you used to have it, and you want to gain some of that back and not let algorithms and big corporations determine what you see and what you listen to, and taking some control back. A little bit of a Ronin update. So a couple of years back, I bought Ronin.com, and that is ROENIN.com. I'm a fan of Japanese culture and samurai and all that kind of thing. I even illustrated a book for a historian that was based on ninja and samurai. I'll show you one day. And I was looking for a domain that was kind of related. And obviously Ronin, as in RONIN, was taken. So I decided, well, what if there's like a little bit of a cool misspelling where it still says the word, but it's a little bit different. So I found Ronin.com, ROENIN. So I bought it. So that's the reason for the spelling. It was basically cool and a little bit different, but still saying the same thing. And I've set up a bit of a blog, and you can read these journal entries on Ronin.com if you like. And if there's anything that I create, like I created the daily schedule, I'll pop it on there as a free download, so you can use it for yourself if you like. So I'm in the process of going back through the last couple of weeks and typing out, because I handwrite my journal. I'm typing out the journal, and I will also include the video and the handwritten version as an image on there, just for fun and as a documentation for myself. So feel free to go to Ronin.com and take a look if you like. I might also distill some of the information in the future into ideas, so you don't have to read through all of the journal entries to try and find, right, where's the practical idea here. I will create a page which kind of distills the different ideas that I'm talking about. So yeah, head over to ronin.com if you like. I'm not selling anything there. Thank you for watching today's journal. I hope you get something out of it. This is more of a personal development journey for myself. But as I say, if there are any ideas that strike a chord with you and you want to try to implement, then great. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Itchy nose.